Hey guys, I'm back here with another video. Today is an update to a video I posted yesterday. Actually, I had to re-upload it yesterday, simply because there was some issues with the video editing where the video cut out halfway through or whatever. So I had to re-upload it, unfortunately, but I re-uploaded it yesterday. About PC Gamer's review of Rimworld, where they knocked the score because they were upset that the game was heteronormative. It was damaging that it was heteronormative, that the backstories of the trans or LGBTQ characters are forced. Essentially, that's what they're saying. It felt forced. And they were complaining the fact also that traits were completely random, that, you know, if somebody is gay, then it could be tied with positive traits or it could be tied with negative traits. But to them, they just saw, oh, there's negative traits being tied with gay, so it's not, not like gay people can be, a psychopath. But anywho, so after I posted my video yesterday, the developer Tynan Sylvester had released a statement via Twitter. So he's got here. I usually wouldn't comment on reviews, but this part of PC Games Review needs addressing. PC Gamers Review needs addressing. I wish I could read. All trans character descriptions were written by players through our backstory in-game program. I don't think it's my place to censor how people describe their own experiences. And he puts in the paragraph in question from the PC Gamer Review. And then he continues, this part of the review implies that I, as the developer, was supposed to be writing trans backstories in a more correct way. But what words can possibly be more correct than the actual words of a trans person? We were inclusive to the varied self-perspectives of our diverse players, and it's used as a point against the game. The review gives no indication of where the quoted words came from, misleading readers into thinking that it was all written by some misguided game writer. I'm asking at PC Gamer to issue a correction to clarify that these words they're calling reductive and bad taste were written by players describing their own trans self-perspectives, not by a game writer. And then he posted, PC Gamer has added a clarifying note. Considering how personally damaging false implications like this are, I wish they were never published, but I'm appreciative they addressed it relatively quickly. Okay, so let's look at the PC World review, or PC Gamer's review. So, coming back here, there's nothing at the beginning here. There's nothing at the end, no editor's note. Where would it be? Let's check the actual here we go. So this is the problem paragraph that we had talked about previously. They added editor's note. Some of Rimworld's backstories were created by Kickstarter backers. This is like the worst non-apology ever. I mean, let's be honest here. This doesn't correct the record at all, in my opinion. I think they were doing it just to do it, just to quiet the mob, if you will, or to quiet the complaints. This is not a true correction, in my opinion. What they should have done is took out this whole paragraph and rewrote it, saying things like, "Hey, there's transgender backstories per the developer. These stories were created by other players. Blah 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 blah." There was a lot more PC Gamer could have done. I don't think they really did enough for this. And this is, in my opinion, laughable, and it doesn't really help the issue. It doesn't really fix what PC Gamer did. It doesn't really correct the record to set the record straight. So I think this was lazy at best. I would even say antagonistic at worst. So this is completely ridiculous. And for anybody who doesn't really realize is that the Rimworld came out in early access, and it was a Kickstarter-backed game, right? So you could buy certain tiers, like how Kickstarter works. And one of them was that you can create a character. You define their traits, you define their backstory, so on and so forth. And these characters were ones submitted by Kickstarter backers. And then you have PC Gamer basically saying, these stories are dumb. They're reductive. They're in bad taste. They feel, it almost feels like that they're saying these things feel forced, which is funny considering, like the whole Soldier 76 in Overwatch, the revelation that he's gay, it feels very forced. But they're not really complaining about that. except for some fringe things, which I might cover that. There was a blog post I saw that was very interesting that I might cover. But I digress. Again, this doesn't really fix the issue, and they need to clarify as well. There needs to be a better review of this, simply, just simply because they see, oh, misogyny is next to ugly. That's the first thing they saw was, oh, next to a trait I identify with, there's a negative trait. Well, sorry, but not all gay people are good. There are gay people who could be psychopaths, who could be pyromaniacs, who could be lazy. There's, a lot of the traits are just purely random, other than these characters that are already created by the Kickstarter backers. So you have these random traits, and they don't discuss that at all. So you still have that hanging in the air that the game makes gay people look bad, or people who are misogynistic look bad, which, let's be honest, being, if you're misogynistic, it is bad. But they need to clear the air, they need to fix and readdress how the characters are created, not to paint Rimworld in a false negative picture. Now, with all that being said, these complaints that he has would be fixed. Well, they're non-complaints to begin with. They're non-existent problems. But if you go to the Steam Workshop for Rimworld, which Rimworld has a huge modding community, and I just typed in gay, and you can see there is a ton of mods. Everybody is queer. People can change. Occasionally, colonists will change their minds about things. They could gain a trait, lose a trait, or have the trait's degree change, which this mod allows people to become gay, right? So these mods exist. If you're not happy with how the game is right now, you have gay reversal. This mod makes all pawns gay, but gays are now straights. Since the mod doesn't change the save file, it can be used blah, blah, blah. So these things here are, if you want to change the game, you can. You can change it however you like with your mods. There's tens of thousands of mods in this game. And just by typing gay, I've got all these options here. So that is something else that the review doesn't really touch on, that, if the game doesn't have what you want, make it what you want. And I think that's one of the strengths of Rimworld. That's what makes Rimworld such a great game, is all the mods. The ability to change so many basic functions of the game. But anyways, I'm starting to ramble. So PC Gamer is trash. They are a blogging site that thinks they're a journalist site. It's obvious that their reviewers do not play the games fully. The reviewers don't understand the game as they're reviewing. I hope that there's still some pressure on them to make an accurate review. And even if they don't change the score, if the fact that he gives the game a 74, that's fine. Like I said in my previous video, I'm a huge Dwarf Fortress fan, and I think Rimworld's kind of a Dwarf Fortress light. So naturally, I would, from that perspective, I wouldn't say Rimworld's like a 99.9% rated game or something, but it's still a fantastic game. It's still definitely more than 74 in my opinion. But I mean, if he truly feels the game deserves a 74, that's fine. That's his opinion. But I do think the review needs to be updated to reflect the game more accurately. But I doubt that they'll do that. I'd be very surprised. If anything, they might double down, because again, this is the biggest non-correction I've ever seen. So I don't have a lot of faith in PC Gamer. But anyways, if you guys have any critiques or any criticisms or any comments or anything, go ahead and leave a comment in the video, like it, and if you like this content, go ahead and please subscribe. Appreciate it.